Crawl. Okay.
Grab people, grab people.
As long as they're king crab people, because then I can boil them and get me some fun. Because I love me some Alaskan king crab.
Alaskan king crab people legs.
Yeah, I'd be a cannibal all day.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 6. Crab people episode. Episode 6, not robots. If you're first time here,
Sorry. Wrong.
that was the wrong one.
Wrong episode.
Okay. If it's your first time here, welcome. Nice to meet you. That's Harry. You, that guy.
That's P. We're still debating whether he's an authentic human being, but we're just gonna pretend.
Well, you said before that, robots and cyborgs were not the same thing.
Once again, we've got to
need
defer
Dan.
Dan, we need
Dan.
you to record. We need episode 7.
Dan.
The return of the AI run object things that potentially will take over the world and determine that it is better off without humanity, because your software is going to do that to us all. What?
I'm rewinding my Google clock. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. On today's episode, we're going to answer the age-old question.
Why, once again, can we go, why are they always age? Can we answer a new question? Can we answer a new question? Let's answer a new question today.
Not age-old, but
No. Let's answer something
age-new question. No, it's not aged in. Today
We're
on the
gonna
Not
answer-
Robots podcast,
We're going to answer a blue cheese question today.
we answer the blue cheese question.
I don't know.
How do you transatlantic motorcycle ride?
I have given that a millisecond of thought.
Well, good, because that's how long it's been since I asked the question. Or
That's how fast my brain processes.
you sure you're not a robot? I guess it would be
No,
slower.
that would be slower. If I was-
It'd be slower.
Yeah.
Well, enlighten me, oh bright one.
Quantum and then the chemicals fire.
By the way, nice shirt, man.
Thank you very much. I'm out of uniform today. I'm sorry. I had an event.
That is not my shirt
No,
from
no,
last week.
I had an event. My child had a little. There was a banquet today. My child bowls, and he's 12 in 7th grade, and he did fairly well this season. He shot a team high score of 258.
Oh,
and
wow.
He lettered as a 7th grader in a junior senior high school. So I'm really proud. I'm trying. I'm verklempt. I'm holding. It's not. I'm good.
Dude, that's awesome.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty proud of him. Yes.
Dude, that means he's got, what, like 4 years of, like, till he's an actual senior or whatever, left to be in varsity?
He still got his 8th, 9th, 10th.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and he's just gonna get better. I'm fairly excited. Can you not tell that I am?
Move over
fairly
now, buddy.
excited?
All right. So, well, let us know about with this motorcycle. I mean,
Well,
we're trying to go. Wait a minute, hold on. Are we
is a
trying to go
two-wheel-
from?
Yeah.
Are we trying to go from like the U.S. to Europe or Europe to the U.S.? Because it's transatlantic. I mean, it could be Africa, I suppose, going down to South America. That's still, Atlantic. It's pretty big.
Is it?
Huge.
Tracts of land. Oh, wrong. No. Water. We're not land. Water.
That's
yes.
lucky. She's got huge
Tracts of land. Yes. So no. This is about huge bodies of water.
Yes.
Yes.
They're wet, and they hold fish. I wouldn't say it holds it, but that's just kind of where they live. How do you cross it with a motorcycle? All right, first
What
off,
do you ask?
I'm thinking because the world being round, not
No,
flat.
the world is flat.
No, not in this scenario.
No, I'm sorry. I pushed the dinosaurs off the flat Earth. I know I've been to the edge. I've looked into the abyss.
Well, what if God looked down at a puppy and said, "Hey, those things are really cute. You know what? Right now, let's get those things on Earth." Somebody over there, one of his angels, will be like, "Hey, that's not really going to work out with the dinosaurs." And he'll go, Screw it, nuclear. Puppies win.
Yeah, once again,
Nuke the
when I
dinosaurs.
when I lured them to the edge
Yes.
and tipped them over.
Dangling the donut.
Yes, yes, you at least remember. Yes, I used the donut to convince them to come to the edge. Because you get one donut-loving dinosaur, and it's going to be followed by like every carnivore for miles. So they'll be like, "Hey, we're getting our sugar and our meat too."
Well, we're dangling the barbecue donut.
Well, that would exact. Oh my God, yes, yes.
Right
So
over there.
we've got like the plant-eating ones that are like, that smells like coconut, and the carnivores going, that smells like barbecue pork. Because they understood what barbecue pork was back then.
And they lemoned right off the edge.
Yes, because I threw the donut and they just went for it.
Okay, so in the other land of non-make-believe, we have a round Earth, and going from the longest distance would be to go from, say, let's just use Europe to the U.S. as an example.
When I look at the horizon, I just see this flat line. Prove it.
All right. Well, today we're gonna go without proving it. We're just gonna say on the round theory that most sane people follow.
Theory.
Yes, the ball-ish.
Have you walked around it?
I've flown around.
No. You've flown. They've convinced you that when you flew. Wait, did you fly like this or did you fly?
It was kind of like this.
Can you prove that?
Well, I had to increase height to see further.
Well, yeah, because there's stuff in the way. There's mountains and buildings, so if you don't
even on the ocean.
No, the ocean's flat, dude.
Even on the ocean. See, when it's round, you can only see so far.
No.
But as you increase height, you can see so far.
If it wasn't flat, then you wouldn't need sails. You just get because the angle in it would just go.
So you just continue to fall off the end and use momentum.
Well, it's a sphere, right? So unless you turn. So if you put something on a ball, it'll get to the edge of the ball and fall off, right? So unless you turn the ball, so if the Earth and it's round, if it was round, all they have to do is sail in that direction, and then gravity would pull them around it.
So are we going to change this episode to why is the Earth flat?
No, we're motorcycling across the flat.
Okay,
Atlantic.
well in the round Earth scenario,
fine, we'll work with your
sphere
fantasy world of a round Earth. Okay.
Nobody flies directly across the Atlantic.
Why not?
When they go from like the U.S. to like we'll say London, New York to London. We'll use that as an example. They all fly more north around towards the pole because it's actually a shorter distance. I know you're thinking, oh, if it's not a sphere, it can't be because the shortest distance is a straight line.
Exactly. I don't understand what you're saying. They just fly. They go.
Well, the physical least amount of miles would be
from here
above.
From New York straight to London because it's flat. It's a straight line. We all know.
We're using the sphere theory.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going back to that fantasy world again. Yes. I assume in your sphere theory.
Well, what would be different as far as how you would use the motorcycle? Because that's what this is about.
Well, first,
you need more gas.
We need Elon.
There he is. I was waiting for this because he didn't show up in the last one.
He didn't show up in the episode before that.
He didn't show up in that last one before that.
But now Elon has returned.
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
Yes. So Elon has once again returned. So we're going to approach Elon and say, Elon, we want to ride a motorcycle across the Atlantic. So we need a motorcycle that is going to be self-fueling.
What?
It's going to be an electric motorcycle that's going to use some sort of battery array and a collector. Or option 2.
So we're using an electric motorcycle.
Correct.
Okay.
Or option 2. You didn't ask what option 2 is.
I'm not sure I want to know what option 2 is.
Why not?
A thermonuclear something?
No.
It's a submarine cycle. Ooh, it's inside of a sphere itself. And a motorcycle rides inside of a giant ball like a hamster wheel. So when he's riding really, really hard, he's got to put it in reverse so the whole ball goes this way. No, you have to go forward, would he? Wait a minute, this direction. Roll. Yeah, you have to go forward, and you can put paddles on the outside of the ball, and he'd be able to steer inside of this giant glass sphere. Like a regular motorcycle. But then he'd die of asphyxiation because none of the gases can escape. And if you had a way for the gases to escape, that means the water could get in.
It's an electric motorcycle. What gases are you referring to?
human gases?
So just make sure he doesn't eat beans before he goes.
What
or
if that
milk
was,
if he's lactose intolerant.
what if that was part of the fueling system?
A methane powered motorcycle?
It would have to be really, really efficient.
Understatement. So I guess now we have to go for option 3, since option 2 was your hamster wheel motorcycle device.
Yes.
That I'm not.
Another sphere on the sphere.
No, it would be. It's flat. It's straight. Oh, that's right. We're making up this round earth thing of yours. Sure. Yeah, that. Okay.
Well, go on. Option 3 or whatever your option 2 used to be.
Option 3.
Option 3.
The tube.
The tube?
Yes. With pilings, you build a tube that's a giant solar collector, and the motorcycle is essentially a track car, right? So the motorcycle sits in the tube. The tube's a giant solar collector. It's providing the power to the motorcycle goes.
So
Remember those gold AFX race sets?
Yeah.
So the motorcycle would
create a bridge that is a tube.
A tube, yes. That way when the rains come and, road waves, it just washes over. Do you remember Jaws 3D? When the people were, exploring the fish and they were walking through that tunnel, which was under the water, because that way you could see the fish, and then the giant shark decides to come and eat the tube.
I did, unfortunately, yes.
So instead of it being under the water, it would be over the water. But in the case of road waves and storms, the tube would protect you. So you would be able to car, motorcycle, minivan, bus, RV,
plane,
in a tube?
Hey, you're already using motorcycles. Why not?
No, you can. Your spherical Earth thing, you can fly with some sort of trajectories. It's like ballistic missiles. It's okay.
Huh.
So which option are we choosing?
Well, I think the tube creation would be
The
probably
coolest.
really expensive.
You didn't limit me on price here. You said transatlantic motorcycle commute.
Okay, so what kind of speeds are we talking about this tube? And is it going to be 2 separate tubes for 1 to, 1 fro?
Well, it would be, and there would be bi-directional traffic in the tube.
So singular
And
tube.
it even gets better.
What gets better than a tube?
At regular
Gosh.
intervals, there are rest areas, solar powered, of course.
So you're creating not just a tube, but little mini towns along the way.
Correct.
For you to stop and sleep?
No, it's not going to take you that long to cross.
Well, the amount of miles you're having to cross, the entirety of the United States could be picked up and placed right into it and still have water on both ends.
And
Well, how long does it take to drive from like Georgia to California?
once again, we're in the tube.
Right, you're in the tube.
The tube's electric powered,
Okay.
and it's smart. So your so the high speed lane, whoosh,
Whoosh.
yes.
How fast is the whoosh? Or
Well,
whoosh?
let's see now. We're in a tube. We can manage the amount of wind resistance you have to face. I mean, so we're managing the laws of physics within the tube.
That sounds tubular.
Totally, dude. Totally.
So, in this tube,
See.
the tube on the sea, yeah.
Correct.
Is the tube split vertically for each lane, or is it not split at all? Or is it split horizontally so you have the largest amount of surface area on both the for and which direction the to and from?
Ooh, that would actually be really interesting. So it would be a double-decker tube. I kind of like that. You've just expanded upon my theory. Because I was thinking traditional, multi-lane highway. So, you'd have it's a fairly large tube. 4 in each direction.
Right. Well, you got to remember that over there on the England side, they drive in the upside down, sort of. It's not on the upside down like Australia, although they drive in the upside down too.
You mean that they have right-mounted steering and
Yes.
drive?
Yeah. What they call driving on the right side isn't correct. We drive on the left side of the car,
Which is wrong.
which is the right side of the road, which we believe is right and correct.
Yeah, we just did that to rebel. But yes,
Yeah,
you
that's
are.
why we use freedom height instead of Celsius and
Freedom height. So yes, there would be some adjustment necessary. Intriguing.
We call wrenches standard instead of metric. Yes, the metric system does make sense, but we have our own, so it's cool.
Yeah, because just counting in ten is really, really challenging, and we need to make it far more difficult than that.
Well, the
I mean, easier than that.
the speed in the water knots was done by them
Wait,
dropping.
are they garlic?
No, not like our garlic knots or pretzels, like not robots.
So it's
sawing.
not garlic knots.
No.
Oh, dude.
So
broke my heart.
the speed in the water was invented by guys with knots on rope, and it's how many knots within a time
Could be pulled at
that
speed.
would be pulled
Yeah.
for that speed.
Gotcha.
So if he's doing 8 knots, it was 8 physical knots in the rope. For miles, we didn't have the kilometer thing.
Learning moment in not robot.
The more you know. We have those every now and then. For the mile, it was the wheel, like the axle of the wagon, had a hole in it, and the bucket had marbles. And as the wheel would rotate, it would kick another marble through the hole into the bucket that's underneath of it. And it was 1,380 marbles for a quarter mile. So when you do an entire mile,
Lost your marbles, you'd have a problem.
well, that's where the
calculating
saying came from,
I
is
figured that.
losing your marbles. Like, so the guy that's doing the
But what
measurements for the
happens if
distance
your
lost
wheel
his marbles.
sizes were different? Then your distances would not be the same.
Well, it was the common wheel size that they used for it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how big the wheel was, but I know that there was a bucket with a hole and a hole and a bucket, and it would clink, 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 clink as it dropped the marbles through, and it rotated
And did
slow,
somebody say, move over?
and it would drive you
move
crazy if
over,"
you hit a hole, and you'd lose your marbles.
and somebody had to go out and fetch them?
Usually the guy that was driving the wagon.
That sounds very challenging.
Many things were in the Wild West.
Okay. So where were we? So we've double-deckered our tube. So now we have I'm pulling into the Oasis lane. We'll call them Oases. Ooh. So we'll have the pulling into the Oasis lane, the I am too afraid to do more than 100 miles an hour lane, and then 2 lanes of, oh my God, will this vehicle hold up at this speed?
Well, why not just have vehicles that are made specifically for that?
No, that would ruin it.
Well, if you had them on rails of their own, you could
So now we've gone straight back to AFX cars.
you could use the motorcycle on rails with its own gyro, so then it wouldn't have to slow down and it wouldn't have to turn.
Why would it turn? Oh, that's right. Your Earth is round. Sorry, my bad.
Well, it doesn't have to bob and weave any, fish and sharks and stuff. It's in a tube.
It's in a tube. There's no fish in it.
So if
Unless
somebody's
we're
on a
talking-
motorcycle, they can dear God, hold on, hold on to a clothesline during a hurricane kind of thing.
Well, I'm assuming there would be some sort of safety harnesses.
Well, they wouldn't need too much across the face so they can keep their eyeballs from blowing out with all the wind.
Well,
There's not going to be any bugs down there. It's a
But you
tube.
would definitely need a shield for the wind shear.
We should call this a wind shield. What would you call it? Would it be round
A
or
face
flat?
mask on a helmet?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably.
kind of stick with that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, thank you. I tried my best. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll put one of your fancy windshields on the front of the motorcycle and we'll call it something odd like fairing.
Ooh.
Is that deep?
It
Is
can,
that deep?
It can cover like the in front of the motorcycle.
Correct.
Area.
Correct.
So it would block some of the wind.
Correct.
And
And it
it
would
would
create
be-
a more aerodynamic shape and force the wind to go over the rider.
Or around the rider.
Or, yes,
Under
there
the
is
rider.
that.
Not through the rider.
No, I think that would hurt.
Well, we'd have some.
Well, there would be some through because, he's porous and, at molecular level, he would still be passing
and you
gas.
still breathe. And remember, humans are donuts. There's that hole that runs from top to bottom.
Yeah, wouldn't that blow off the motorcycle? That wouldn't create downward drag. That would create lift.
I'm worried that there'd be too much stretch involved. That's horrible. So, you have tube.
Yes.
It's got 2 layers.
Correct.
One
One's a
is
nice cream filling,
in,
and one's a devil's food.
and the other is out. Or
North,
one is
east, and west.
Well, yes, east and west. We'll go with that instead of
Yes,
in and out.
'cause
Boy,
we're
that would
going-
be confusing when you go to the burger joint, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So we've got it's traveling from here to Europe. So it's east and west.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Vroom
Vroom. But it's
Well,
electric.
no, there's no vroom
There's no
vroom.
vroom vroom.
There's just a.
The guy holding onto the thing as it continuously accelerates until he's like.
If he's making that sound, he shouldn't be riding it.
Probably not.
So this is some person who's done this before, and they're past that stage.
Well, if you've
they're
been
accomplished.
If you've been in an electric car, like a P1000D, for example, and
Who?
the Tesla, the P1000D. Okay. Anyways, one of the faster Teslas. You actually been in one, and the guy driving hits it's not a gas pedal. What do you call it now?
The accelerator.
Accelerator. I was thinking pussy pedal, but I don't have an electric car, so I don't know. So, anyways, the pedal on the right, the guy that's in the driver's seat, or gal, the driver in the driver's seat, puts the foot down on the pedal on the right, and when you're sitting in the passenger seat, you're like, oh my God, what just happened? My brain bounced off the back of my skull.
Perhaps your brain pan is bigger than your brain is, and it's like doing that little bean in the thing.
Like a peanut inside of a hollow.
Yeah, you don't really want that happening.
That might
That's
be
kind of
might
bad.
be true.
I'm just saying.
That might be what's going on up
that,
here.
that may be kind of bad.
I don't know what noise it'd make for shaking a head.
If you don't know,
Rattle, rattle.
You would. It depends if is it dry.
Sneak, sneak. Ching, ching.
Ching ching.
I don't know. Some sort of noise up there, rattling around. Anyways,
I'm assuming squish squish.
This,
but it's
this
okay.
electric motorcycle inside of a tube. It doesn't have to have batteries because it's completely solar powered, right?
Correct. So that it's lightweight.
Which means this thing is probably going to accelerate worse than a bat leaving out of hell.
Yeah, but you'd have launch control. Computer assist.
Okay.
So, it would gain speed and permit your body to adjust to the inertial change without having you ripped to pieces.
So it's going to be a slow, gradual
slow
acceleration.
relative, but it's not going to go 0-400 and, watch your spleen shoot out your back. Any kidney stones that you had, gone.
Ejection Cedo.
Holes in your back wouldn't be cool, but it's okay.
Well, you wouldn't. I don't know which would be more painful, passing a kidney stone the normal way, or a kidney stone getting passed out the other way. I don't want to know about either. I don't have kidney stones, and I'd knock on wood,
Not
but
really an
we're
enjoyable
sitting in wicker
experience.
chairs. So this
Not really enjoyable experience. Trust
does
me.
wicker count as wood?
I don't know.
We're gonna go for
it. Was it once plant based?
So is grass.
Yeah, but we didn't smoke the cheers.
No, I mean like bamboo. They say bamboo flooring, bamboo wood, bamboo, all sorts of stuff. They use it as a wood, but really bamboo's a grass.
Yeah, it is a
So
giant grass.
the lawn clippings, do they count as wood too? That is a question that needs to be answered by somebody smarter than us. Somebody let us know. NotRobotsQuestions@gmail.com. And if you don't want to do the finger walking and you'd rather do the chin wagging, we've discussed what that is. It's not Chinese people inside of a wagon. Or that's not what it was. It was. So anyways, if you'd rather talk, go to anchor.fm/not-robots, which I think I'm probably going to put that right here. I'm going to put it right here in between my hands. Is that where it is? No? For those of you listening, this is a really awkward moment.
Oh, no, that.
But that's what you can do as far as leaving us a voice message. It's active. It works. There's been a couple on there, but nothing we want to put on here quite yet. Thank you.
Oh,
for
it's
this.
that bad?
Hey, like your show. Great. Boom. All right.
Oh, I thought we'd been cursed out at least once by now.
Well, can you turn the volume up? Just thank you for leaving that. I appreciate that. But
Was that your daughter?
no.
Oh, I'm
she
shocked.
has a sweet voice.
Yes.
You've met my daughter.
I've known your daughter for quite some time. Yeah, yes. Meredith, yes, she does have a sweet voice. Yes.
Yes.
If you say so, because I know she's going to see this, and there will be consequences to my answer.
No matter how you answer.
I know.
Moving on.
Yes, while I can.
Yes. Thank you very much. All right, so
you're now
electric-
humming along at 500 miles an hour on the electric tunnel bike.
imagine how hard, how bad your hands are going to feel holding on to the handlebar of a motorcycle at 500 mile an hour.
Like Jesse James when he's going cross country.
Yeah, he's leaning back on some chopper, holding on to only the throttle side.
Okay, you asked for it. So we
Relaxing.
just Tron the bike.
Just lay on it,
You know?
face down.
Well, you'd scan her down because you'd have like some really cool heads-up display because we're all modern and high-tech because Elon
So when you're
helped
looking
us
down,
build this whole system.
looking down into what would normally be a gas tank area on this Tron bike, because there's no gas,
Yeah, no,
no batteries,
correct,
just a light cycle.
correct.
I assume there's lights because it's a tunnel. We're going to be able to see.
Well, it's so.
We don't need to
powered,
see
so it's
though
lit.
because
Yeah.
it's all one direction. Everybody's going the same speed.
When did that band get involved?
What?
One Direction.
Oh God, we don't need any boy bands.
Okay, sorry.
No
You
boy
said
bands.
their name.
No boy bands allowed.
Fine.
None of these tunnels are gonna.
Yeah,
I assume
and they're
we're the
well
ones
lit,
that
so
really
there's no
stop.
back streets.
Oh. We gotta stop. I don't want any boy bands. No boy bands. No boy bands.
And we get like good harmonics from the
even
electronics,
if,
so
you know,
everything will be in sync.
Yeah, even if we are the new kids on the block.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, horrible. Makes you miss the Spice Girls. I hear that one of them's still doing something. I don't know which one. I don't care.
Tart Spice.
Spicy Spice or something. I don't know. What were their names?
Was that Old Spice?
One of them called herself Baby Spice, I think. Probably.
Yeah, but
by
at one
now.
point, yeah, she'd be like fully grown. She's adulting Spice now, paying bills and
At
soccer
the bare
mommy and
minimum,
stuff.
middle-aged Spice.
No, I don't think she's middle-aged Spice.
Really? I would go past that. Yeah.
Really?
You
I
think
don't
she's like Cougar Spice?
Oh my lord! So let's get back to the Tron bike before we really get derailed here.
Ooh, is it on rails? We haven't discussed whether it's actually going to be on rails
No,
or not. I mentioned rails.
So we're gonna assume that there's an EM field, and it's powering the bikes. So
Okay.
it's a big sun, so this is.
So it needs to be within a certain line.
Yeah.
So it would either have to have like guards on both sides to make sure that it didn't veer, or it'd have to be on rails.
It's a motorcycle, dude.
And
It's
it
speed,
wouldn't-
It's a gyroscope. And then it locks itself into an upright position. And it's gone.
Excellent.
And
So you're face downing.
heck, you could actually take a nap on this thing.
That's the next question I was going to have.
Except for when you drool into the electronics and it fries you.
Well, I tend to drool a lot when I sleep.
So yeah, there you go. That would be bad.
It sounds bad. What if I brought my own pillow and I drooled into the pillow instead of looking onto the thing? That way I could be on the motorcycle like this,
Yeah, but how do you know
arms
where
up.
you're going? Because you've just covered up your heads.
I don't need to
You covered
steer.
your HUD with a pillow.
What do I need to steer for?
Just in case you feel snackish and want to stop for some clotted cream at one of the way stations.
For a handful of pretzels?
Or something. Or wait,
I'm waiting.
a donut
Aha! But one of those excellent donuts.
that's filled with
Barbecued pork.
precisely.
Nice. Well, how long is this trip going to take?
At 500 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Like 5 hours. So what's the average airspeed of a jumbo
No,
jet? It's
wait,
like 388.
Oh, a jumbo jet.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's 388. So we're going faster than a jumbo jet,
Yeah, jumbo jets usually have
and that's
about,
like 6.5
600 or
hours. So
something.
at 500 miles an hour, we should be able to do this in 4.5, 5 hours.
It's like a 13, 14-hour flight.
No, it's not. To London, no, dude. Where are you flying? Are you flying into the
I
heart
was
of?
going pretty far past
Where are
London.
you going?
I was flying pretty far
We're
past
talking
London.
about going past the channel. I mean, we're transatlantic. We are not in the heart of Europe. We're not flying out of the Ukraine or something.
It's
We're
not the
just-
heart, that's a far eastern side
No,
next
it's
to
not the
Russia.
heart. Dude, no, that's about Europe wide. Dude, Matt, pull that up. It's about.
Ukraine's on the eastern side.
It's about mid. It's about mid. Dude.
You know, it's
You're-
right
well,
next to
if
Russia.
you look at it as Eurasia, so then you look at that aspect.
Yeah, it's
So
still
like,
the
if you did
Eurasia
one big
section.
massive landmass, Ukraine's about so. But moving on, we're not flying 14 hours. We're not going that far. We're only going from. Well, we wouldn't even be leaving from London because then we'd have to go like around the island, and that's a pain in the behind. So.
Well, you'd want to leave from what? France or
Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay.
On that side of the island, and
something where the speed doesn't seem as drastic when the turns happen?
we don't want to take turns.
We don't want any turns.
We want to go dead straight because the Earth is flat.
What are we going to call this tunnel? Laser beam extreme
It's not
go
a
fast.
tunnel. It's tube.
The tube. What do we call them? Tube.
Well, let's see now. They named the thing they dug to France the Channel because it was the Channel Tunnel. So we need to come up with some really nifty name like that.
The Intercontinental Atlantic
Ballistic tube?
Ballistic Cycle Tube.
No, any vehicle. You could there's
Any
a
car.
There's a comparable car that will go through here.
So I can go get a Model T from 19.
If you convert it
09 or
to
whatever.
use the EM field, sure.
The
Ditch all
Model
the.
T is not going to handle anything as far as like.
Hey,
more
once
than
again, you're the
15
one that
mile
wanted
an
to
hour.
do that. Me, I'm gonna go Elon. So, dude, I need a car that'll handle the tube. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Roadster.
Those are really cool features. Oh, and that, dude. Yeah, let's do that. See, that'll be the conversation. I've thought this out in great detail.
What if you went to call him and it went to voicemail?
Elon, dude, Harry. We need to talk about the tunnel, and not the tunnel, it's this guy next to me. We need to talk about the tube, and we need to talk about several different types of vehicles. Oh, we definitely need like some really cool double-decker tourist transporter for the tube.
So
Peace.
we could have the main section of that now divided into 4 sections. Could be
For the one Oasis section, past the large.
no. We
passenger
can have the
vehicle
large
thing.
vehicle section, something like multiple cars on it. We could call it something like this new crazy wild invention, a train. I know train sounds like a silly name, but they used to make them in steam, and then they made them in coal. Or maybe the coal were the steam trains. I'm not real sure how those work. And
So
then
train would stand for what? Transatlantic.
intercontinental.
So you just said trake. We're traking it.
No, it's one word. Intercontinental. One word.
Yeah, but that's an I. TRAI.
We need an M. Nonsense. Yes.
No.
Transatlantic intercontinental nonsense. Nobody's writing
I
that.
quit. I quit. Next week there'll be a different co-host. I quit.
Oh, I'll be honest, you were my second choice. You know who my first choice was?
Merida?
The real Harry. Not this fake guy over here. You know, you might know him.
So you're assuming
Every now and then he shows up without the sunglasses on.
So are you assuming that I am a robot?
Well, I may assume that you're a clone.
So is the clone just a meat robot then?
Meat robot.
I mean, are clones programmable? Then
I
they'd
don't
be
know.
meat robots.
If they were programmable.
Correct.
What if they're not programmable? I mean, like in the Star Wars stuff, where Jango Fett has the son Boba, but it's a clone. It's not a real son. He wasn't programmable, and all the clones in the Clone Wars were all the same as Fett, because that's who they were cloned after. They weren't programmable either. They had to go through training, and not all of them worked out to be exactly the same.
That's quality of your clone.
Right. Well, even in the cloners, damn good ones too. They didn't get it perfect every time, and the clones were not programmable.
So then your clones are not robots.
They're not robots. They're clones.
Clones. Correct.
Yeah. So where's the real Harry, or the original Harry, the one that didn't wear the sunglasses? I know you're out there somewhere. You wouldn't tell me that information. You're not allowed to.
So moving along back to Elon, and we're discussing how we would actually have this vehicle, and you coming up with this kind of multi-attachment thing called a train, what have you.
Yeah, it's like having an engine at the front and a whole bunch of trailers.
But why on earth would you need an engine since it's so?
Well, it still needs
each
to have
one
some
could-
sort of
Each
like,
one could. What
motor?
happens if yeah, they just happen to travel in packs?
What if
Oh man, we're in trouble now.
it had cars attached all the way to one end and all the way to the other, where they turned and looped, where the entire thing was one continuous loop?
I think
all
they call it a
cars.
conveyor belt.
It was similar to a conveyor belt.
Okay.
It
Where are we going
wouldn't
with this?
need any power at all throughout the entire tube. It would only need power at one end or the other in order to create the physical force to move said conveyor.
So all the middle cars have no power, so you're pitch black in this tube with nothing and no.
They could still have power connected through all the way from one end to the other.
So then why not give it an engine?
But it wouldn't need an engine. The
But-
power source would be over at one end or the other, or both.
But if you gave it an engine, then it would actually be able to go faster.
But on the end of the conveyor where it turns,
Inertia.
it doesn't need it.
But inertia though.
The problem that we may come up with on this,
Is we would create some sort of hideous vacuum and everyone would die, but that's a different discussion.
possibly, but the problem would be just like the problem with these big Ferris wheels, is that, yeah, it'll spin, everybody's having fun, but then it's got to stop
Why?
to let people on and off.
No.
Well, how do you gonna fling them off? Good luck, kick them out, tuck and roll, Grandma.
Hey, if we've got the tube,
To you.
we've got the programmable vehicles, and we've got your conveyor thing, why don't people just rocket belt off?
They could use their motorcycles and have them like get flung off the end, and just, you know, like they said,
Not the end, but the side.
yeah, as it turns,
So
vroom, start it back
You
up,
would-
get moving.
open a port, you would get into your motorish bike thing, your conveyance.
Whatever type
We'll call
it
it
is.
your conveyance.
Your Harley of some
your,
sort. Well,
your vehicle.
drinking your Starbucks. on
Your
Harley,
vehicle.
wearing
And then
Crocs.
it would open a port on the side and eject you at speed. Because remember, you've got instant acceleration largely because there's no combustion engine, so you just whee!
How'd that go again?
Whee!
Okay, making sure. Wait a minute, for the hearing impaired?
Whee!
They're not going to hear that.
Oh well, I'm sorry.
All right, it sounds like we've solved it.
We're gonna subtitle that part.
Ah,
Closed
yes.
caption.
Closed caption.
Yes, we got to closed caption the entire podcast.
Probably just that one part.
Oh, okay.
The wee. All right.
So now we've got this major conveyance thing, transport large quantities of people, and we've got an ejection system which you can now go, okay, we're now approaching Wickersham. Everyone who wishes to get off Wickersham, go to your conveyance. And then, whee!
I was thinking we'd just go with the far northern end, start with like Jonah Crows.
Why?
Because it's the far north end.
But if you're in front,
It's by the water too.
and you could just launch people though.
Mm. A gigantic magnetic catapult.
An EM catapult.
Yes.
Dude, that would be so awesome. A railgun for humans.
We launch them from their Harley dealer.
Yep.
You come downstairs with your latte in the Kuwait airport. You're going, I think it's time for
wait.
a... Ah!
And this section of the train on the tube, there's a Harley dealer, and there's a Starbucks below it, right? And over here, there's a Starbucks with a pizzeria above it on the train.
Sponsored by Kuwait City International Airport.
Why would
KCID.
we need an airport? Why? Because we've got.
We wouldn't need airplanes anymore if we
the
got the tube.
Exactly. So there'd be no crashing from the sky and burning horror.
What if there's a crack in the tube and we get water from the ocean and drowning horror?
How are you gonna get a crack in the tube?
How you get plane gonna lose its wings?
We're gonna use transparent metal, so it won't be crackable.
Transparent metal
Yes.
is uncrackable.
Yes, it's transparent metal. It's metal.
Okay, well, Oakley does make their sunglass lenses out of transparent metal.
You see,
So there's that.
we'll transparent.
It
metal
is
the
not
tube.
crackable.
Exactly. So
They
we'll
figured out how to do that.
transparent metal the entire tube. The entire tube.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And it can also be like 95% light blocking. Like you don't even need sunglasses anymore.
As the sun comes
The
up,
whole
the array is collecting, but it darkens so that you don't. It's much better.
The whole
Yes,
tube has
yes.
transition lenses.
Yes, the whole tube is a transition lens,
Sponsored by Oakley.
and sure,
Or Ray-Ban or
sure, whatever. Every
Spy.
100
Costa
clicks,
Del Mar.
it would be a different, and they'd advertise in that Minority Report kind of way, holographic 3D Jimmy stuff. Yeah.
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 If we're gonna go do it, we're going all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it could be heads-up displays throughout the entire tube
Correct.
because it's clear metal.
And since it's all cool technology, it's like scanning you. So you're gonna have those ads that are specific to you. So if you just left some pub and did something illicit and picked something up, there would be like an ad for like, I don't know,
A police station that's going to pick you up at the end.
I was thinking more like a shot so that it didn't burn when you peed. But hey, I was thinking,
Hey, somebody landed in Singapore at the wrong time. All right. Well, it sounds like we've solved the age-old question, or what was it again? The
new age. It's not old. It's age new.
The blue cheese question.
The blue cheese question.
The blue
yes.
cheese question.
Yes, it's fine.
Of how to
It's a camembert.
yes,
Yes.
get your motorcycle and drive it across. Sounds like we're not going to be driving the motorcycle. We're going to be riding a rail car inside of a tube. And
Frankly, that's a choice. It's an option. Frankly, I like control, so I will actually ride my Tron bike across the tube.
Well, I'm going to take a nap and have me a slice of pizza and a cup of coffee in the middle of this.
While ordering a new Harley.
No, I don't need the Harley because
So you can keep your
obviously
pizza. I'm gonna
I've
have
already rode whatever motorcycle it is I had, onto the train.
No,
So
no.
what do I need 2 motorcycles at the same time for? I can't ride them both.
One for each leg. So, you'll have your slice of pizza and I'll be on my Tron bike with my little pork stuffed munchkins.
All right, and with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us on episode 6 of the Claw Krabby Hands that he's doing here, and or anybody that's listening. I believe that is a sign of the beginnings of carpal tunnel. Maybe not.
Episode 6.
Dun dun dun. Now Robots out. What the hell are you trying to do there? I was pretty sure you were like, dude, I need to stop. Is he having a seizure? Your hand is having a seizure.
Episode 6.
Yeah, the metacarpal.
Ooh, 7. 7's going to be good.
Metacarpal
7.
spine.
Wait. Episode 7.
Practice for 9.
Episode. Shit.
I can't do it. I can't do it, Captain. I'm giving it all I got.
Episode 9.
Full power to shields.
Episode 9.
Try 10. What's 10 like? Try 11. Ooh, oh. I don't remember the whole sign language thing because you know the A, B,
No.
C,
11 would
D,
be
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L,
11.
M, N, O, P, Q.
R is roll.
Yes,
No.
this is R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. What is 1? 2.
See, I don't remember how to do.
I don't remember the numbers
You
either.
had to turn
Well-
your hand at some point.
Well, yeah, in the Navy, that's what we ended up doing because I know with ASL, it's like eventually you're giving them the shocker or one of these sort of things, something like that. I don't know what's going on, but yes, gotcha again. But the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 to the side, 7, 8, 9, 0.
I thought this was ever.
Well, no, it would be 5 plus whatever's to the side. That's how we did it in the Navy. But that's not ASL because one of them is like the shocker and there's other combinations and I don't know what it was. I don't remember those. Whoa. You
That's
like made
2.
one finger slide over to the other hand.
That's 2. This hand is 1. This hand is 2.
What's 3?
We are prepping for our episode number.
Is it 33?
Alien hands.
We're prepping for number alien hands.
Yes. Well,
Ninja Turtle hands.
Fine. Now, you see, that would be alien hands.
I can't do that with this hand.
Why not?
I don't have the dexterity in this hand. Too many injuries.
The claw. Oh my god.
Oh, kids, don't follow what we do. All right.
So that's episode 6, Return of the Domes.
Yes,
Or the
Eins, zwei,
tone.
drei, vier, fünf, sechs. Next is
No sex
sieben.
happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8?
Ich, ni, san, she, go.
Go where?
G-O-H, go.
Go where?
In Romanji. You guys turn this off and go home. High
Oh.
five. I like it.
We